And so, the spirit of Christmas past led old Scrooge down the memories of long ago, each separate experience recalling moments quite forgotten. Although they had but just left the school behind them, they were now in the busy thoroughfares of the city. It was again Christmas time, but it was evening, and the streets were lighted up. Scrooge and the ghost stood side by side in the open air. My time grew short, observed the spirit. Look, and Scrooge looked. This time, seeing himself as a man in the prime of life. He was not alone, but sat by the side of a fair young girl in mourning dress, in whose eyes there were tears which sparkled in the light that shone forth from the ghost of Christmas past.
It matters little to you. Very little. Another idol has displaced me. And if it can cheer and comfort you in the time to come, as I would have tried to, well then, I have no just cause to grieve.
What idol has displaced you?
A ghost one!
This is the even-handed dealing of the world. There is nothing on which the world professes to condemn with such severity as the pursuit of wealth.
Poor Ebenezer. You fear the world too much. I've seen all your other hopes merge into one hope. The hope of being beyond the chance of your sword reproach. Your reproach of poverty. I've seen all of your nobler aspirations fall one by one until your master passion gained engrosses you. Am I not?
What? Even if I have grown so much wiser, what then? My feelings are not changed towards you, are they?
Our contract is an old one, made when we were both poor, and content to be so, until we improved our worldly fortune by our patient industry. But you were changed. When it was made, Ebenezer, you were another man.
I was a boy.
Your own feelings tell you that you are not the same. I am. That which promised happiness when we were one heart is fraught with misery now that we are two. How often and keenly I've thought this, I will not say. But it is enough that I have thought of it, Ebenezer, and enough that I can release you.
Have I sought release?
In words? No, never.
In what then?
In a changed nature, in an altered spirit, in everything that had made my love of any worth or value in your sight. Tell me, if this had never been before us, would you seek me out to try to win me out?
You think not?
I would gladly think otherwise if I could. Heaven knows I would. But can I even think that if you were free, today, tomorrow, that you would choose a dowerless girl, with you weighing everything by gain? And even if you did, I don't know the regret that would surely follow. But I do. And I release you with a heart full of love for the man you once were. May you be happy with the man you have chosen.
Spirit, conduct me home. Why is he delaying and torturing me so?
One shadow more.
Show me no more, please! At the stroke of one, Scrooge awoke in the middle of a prodigious upon snore and sat upright. He knew that the second messenger dispatched to him through Jacob Marley's intervention would shortly present itself, and he wished this time to challenge the spirit at the moment of its appearance. However, no spirit came. 5 minutes, 10 minutes passed until the clock proclaimed the hour, and he still sat alone. At last he began to think. Throughout the hour he had seen a ghostly light about the clock, and he wondered if in the adjoining room he would find its weird source. He had hardly moved when a strange voice called him by name and bade him enter. He obeyed. It was his own room, there was no doubt about that. But it had undergone a surprising transformation. The walls and ceiling were so hung with living green that it looked like a perfect robe, from every part of which glistened gleaming berries. It was as Christmassy a sight as old Scrooge had ever seen.
Come in, and then better know me, man. I am the ghost, a Christmas present. Look upon me.
Spirit, conduct me where you will. I went forth last night at compulsion, and I learned a lesson which is working now. Tonight, if you ought teach me, let me profit by it.
Touch my robe. Come. Now, what see you?
I see Christmas cheer and gaiety, stores lighted, and holly and mistletoe.
That noise. Do you know whose house that is?
Ah, yes, that's the humble home of my clerk Bob Cratchit. See how happy they are? The children dance about the table, while Miss Cratchit lays the feast before them.
And who is that man who so merrily only can see the chimney corner, the crutch without an owner. If these shadows remain unaltered, that child will die.
No. No, oh no, kind spirit. Tell me his life will be spared.
Why so? If he'd be like to die, he had better do it and decrease the surplus population. Man be in heart. Will you decide who shall live and who shall die? It shall be the sight of heaven, near less fit than thousands like this poor man's trial.
'Tis truth you speak.
Enough. We must go on. Touch my robe. Come. Now, what see you?
I see my nephew and his family. How heartily he laughs and how the others join him.
What else?
They laugh about me. They drink to my health and happiness, knowing I love both. They laugh that I miss this dinner they offer, and yet in truth they wish for my presence.
You observe well.
The games they play. I remember them. I'd almost like to join their sport.
I leave you. My time upon this globe is very brief.
Our spirits' lives so short.
Mine ends tonight at midnight. Hark, the time is drawing near. I go, but another comes.
I am in the presence of the ghost of Christmas yet to come. You're about to show me the shadows of the things that have not happened, but will happen in the time before us. Is that so? Ghost of the future, I fear you more than any specter I have seen, but I know your purpose is to do me good, and as I hope to be a better man from what I was, I am prepared to accept your company and do it with a thankful heart. Will you not speak? I hear voices.